Well, hello and a very warm welcome back to the Andrew Eborn Show with me, Andrew Eborn. And it's time for yet another visit all the way to ER, the Eborn Read room, with the wonderful radio laureate himself, Mike Read. How are we doing, Mike?
They've removed your jacket as well, on a rail, going back in the van down the road. So a copy of your jackets, Mr. Eborn. Thank you very much.
Well, absolutely. I thought what we should do, take the jacket off, roll our sleeves up, because we're celebrating experts, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure about celebrating. Every morning on the breakfast show, I talk about, not every morning, but occasionally, experts that are paid a fortune to come up with something, that a great proportion of people who belong in the Royal Navy like custard. And you go, okay, somebody paying you for that? Does it mean anything? It's the experts. And this time, last week, they were telling us that we were becoming more demotivated. That in the first lockdown, everyone's like, right, we'll get out there, we'll do a Captain Tom, we'll do a walk, we'll do the rest of it. And this time people have thought, let's open a bottle of wine, have some cake. They said this time people have actually got lazy about it. The first time they were motivated and now they're not. I don't know how they find that out, because you can't call at anyone's house to ask them. And if you phone them up to conduct a survey, people go, yeah, thanks, bye. I haven't had an accident in the last 2 years, no, bye. So how they get these, and they're being paid for it as well.
I think it's extraordinary, because now everybody's become an expert on everything, haven't they? Social media empowers you to do that. And I always say the more means of communication that we have, the less we're able to actually communicate properly. But what happens is, all of a sudden with Brexit, everybody became a constitutional expert. During the whole pandemic, everybody's become a virologist, an expert on that, and will tell you how to solve it. And I think all the things, whether we got Mexit now after Brexit, we got Mexit, everybody become an expert on royal issues.
Yeah, everyone suddenly becomes an expert on everything. It's the same principle as was always the third 11 football team. The first and second 11 got themselves into spaces, they played in position, and that worked as a team. The third 11, or the rabbits or whatever, everyone followed the ball. You had, 20 people, 2 goalies, and 20 people going around, following the ball everywhere. And I always think it's a bit like the third 11 on there, that everybody's following, not getting into position, thinking, oh, wait, I'll say something tomorrow when I've looked at all this. I'll be measured about it. They're all rushing around, a bit like headless chickens, saying the same thing. But yeah, there are too many experts now, and I have become an expert. I've become an expert on experts. I've studied them closely.
That was very good. Well, they always, what was the definition of expert here? X is the unknown quantity, and a spurt is a drip under pressure. Isn't that what they say?
I always thought it was something to do with being pert. That you used to be pert and you're no longer pert.
You're weary. I've had enough of it. Don't tell me any more information. It's going to be good. And it is interesting, because we're bombarded with information now, aren't we? 99.99999% of which is rubbish.
It is regurgitated. You see something, somebody gets something wrong on social media, everybody copies it. And again, it's exactly, as I said, it's the third form football team, or the third 11. Everybody copies it, and they rush around after the ball, getting absolutely nowhere. Nobody scores. It's a complete waste of time. And the following day, let's go and play something else. They've gone off that one. So everyone's an instant expert, but they're not. They're actually often just copying somebody else, really. Yeah. And it's not good. I mean, you must have something better to do than that, surely. I mean, really, when on social media again, I saw some people bashing Trump. Whether you liked him, whether you didn't, back all day long. You think, haven't you got anything more to do? He's never going to read your tweets. Why are you bashing Trump 10 times a day? Does it give you great pleasure? And haven't you got anything to do yourself that could be more positive than that? It's not going to affect anything. He's going to be president, and then he's not, and then somebody else is, and then they're not. That's the way the world works. You can spend your time shouting into the wind.
Well, I think it's what happens. It's all about the obsession to be liked, isn't it? And this social media now is encouraging people to be liked. So what you do, you surround yourself with people who share the same opinion as you. They regurgitate that opinion. You watch the same news channels that share your opinion. You read the same newspapers that give you that opinion. And prejudices are just confirmed all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, whatever your opinion, someone else will come on with a different one. However reasoned you think you are in your opinion, and whether you think it's a pretty measured opinion, there will always be someone that will argue with you and start an argument. And then your choice is block them, argue with them, take them on, or walk away. I mean, those are your simple choices, really.
Yeah, and I love the Monty Python sketch, always remind about, I've paid for an argument. It's got to be good.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. Anyway, experts, the radio laureate has turned his attention, focuses expert eye on experts.
Yeah, the experts telling us that we're now demotivated. The experts say that as a nation, we've gone into auto-demotivation and lost our natural animation, i.e. we're getting lazy. They say we're exercising less, which makes us uptight, causes stress. Our natural cycle is a mess. It's sending us stir crazy. We've got fatigue a la pandemic. It's affecting our bodies and becoming systemic. We're each turning into an unhealthy relic. That's what the experts say. The surveys reveal we're apathetic. The lockdowns made us less athletic. But surely that's purely theoretic, or have we lost our way? They say we're suffering from inaction, eating and drinking to satisfaction, but we suffer an allergic reaction to exercise every day. The experts say we're in apathetic torpor and we post-traumatic stress disorder, but I think the experts are out of order. What do they know, eh? They say we're in the same routine, caffeine, magazine, TV screen. Yes, the experts want to vent their spleen. That's the way they make their dosh. For a survey, they'll call you in your house and ask how lazy is your spouse and then multiply your answer by 10,000. So it's all a load of tosh.
Oh, glorious stuff. Mike Read, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Shirt.
Take care. Bye-bye. So thank you again to Mike Read, the radio laureate, for being my guest here on the Andrew Eborn Show. If you'd like to be a guest or have any comments on any of the stuff that we talk about, send me an email, guests@octopustv.com. That's guests@octopustv.com. Don't forget, you can follow me at Andrew Eborn, at OctopusTV, and you can subscribe. Do it now. It's free, and you will be kept informed as to the glorious things yet to come. But for me, for now, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.